The power of the dark side.
Hi guys, GTR Yoda here. So this is my first YouTube video, so please take it easy on me. In this video we're going to be bringing you some action from the up and coming mini challenge series. So earlier this week we ran a test meeting for the up and coming series. So we're all in these minis you can see here. The racing was really good, really close, and what we did, we ran a 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying, and then we had 3 short heats races, and it was really intense and really good fun. So we have a real mix of abilities on the grid. So up on the screen here you can see the qualifying results. Let me just run through those for you. So up first we had GTR Mushi's F4H races. These guys were really quick. Myself in third, then we've got Evo Gamers in fourth, Devise, YMTV Mailish, RBM Yachts, GTR Quattro and GTR Super GT there in the middle of the pack. These guys had a really interesting race. And then we've got TX3 Venturi, Swifty RSE and GTR Tiski. Again, these guys had a good race. And then THR7 Motorsport, RGL, Dizzlebruv, Unarmed Ghost Zero, Fervent's from the ORL who are hosting this series for us, so a big thank you to those. Funky Krusty Man, V8 AMG, and then I Boss, who had a bit of a nightmare in qualifying. So that's the lineup on the grid. If you guys like what you see here in the video, please make sure you drop a like, hit the subscribe button, it really helps me out. So let's get the race underway. We'll climb on board with myself in third position and we'll see how the first couple of laps pan out. As you can see, it's an absolutely packed grid, 20 of us on there, and it's lights out and away we go. So here we are in heat 1, it's 12 laps and there's 1 pit stop which is mandatory, which you can take at any time. So here's the front 2, so we've got Racers and GTR Moshi's leading away. There's Evo Gamer making a mistake with his cold tyres straight away, so down into the hairpin. It's really close, as you can see. These minis are so much fun to drive. But unfortunately Racers, he actually lags out, so there's only a race between the front 2, me and GTR Moshi's, which is a bit of a shame really. So as you can see, Moshi's actually gets away, he gets about a second on us already in the first lap. Evo Gamer comes back under a bit of pressure. But this is it, this is how the first sort of 3 or 4 laps stayed. This gap between me and Moshi's stays the same. So what we'll do, I will join our Dutch friend and we'll see the beginning from his perspective. So as you can see, in the middle of the pack it's a lot more it's a bit feistier up here. There's all sorts of action going on. Down into the hairpin. So yeah, there we go, the middle of the pack is just almost like bumper cars. THR7, had a bit of a nightmare. All these English guys bullying him. I'm sure we'll see a video from him at some point about the mini challenge series. He's really excited. So there we go, he loses a lot of places at the beginning. That's GTR Tiski behind him, who also had a bit of a nightmare at the beginning. But GTR Tiski putting him under some real good pressure. Comes around the outside. Can he make it stick? It doesn't look like it, but he does. He gets a really good drive out the final corner. So we're on board now with Super GT, who had a really good race, really good move on Devise, takes him down the inside, and he makes that stick as well. So I think this lap we're going to see Super GT, he's going to take the pits. Now the pits, they caused a bit of a talking point to be fair, because as some of you know, you can actually cheat through the pits. Super GT is the one who did so. That's me pitting up in head, and that's how you take the pits. Much quicker, as you get, he gains about 5 seconds on me. Anyway, we'll skip forward to lap 5. So we're on board now with YMTV Mailish. So he's got GTR Quattro up ahead of him, and then Devise 69. Then he's got his good friend RBM Yachts there. So these 4 have a really good race. So their Devise heads into the pits. So we know Super GT is also in the pits. So these 5 have such a good battle. So we're heading down to the first corner. Misses the apex. But he gets a really good run on Quattro, who uses too much of the curves, and down the inside. Can he make it stick? He runs over the rumble, but he just doesn't get the drive out the last corner. Good defending by Quattro of sorts, but he comes straight back at him. Quattro covers the inside, but goes wide. Really close racing here. here they are. I think at this point YMTV takes to the pits, and so does Quattro at late, but he makes a bit of a hash of it, so these two get really close, sort of holding hands. They finally go of one of each other. So who's going to come out first? It's really close. And don't forget, we've got Devise and then Super GT as well, who are coming round. And it's Quattro who just gets the edge on him. But where's Devise and Super GT? There's Super GT. He's had a couple of really good outlaps. But here's Devise. He splits them both right in the middle. YMTV hits the curb, which is a bit unfortunate given the cold tyres. But there we are. So these four really close. So RBM Yachts, he's decided to stay out. So God knows where he'll end up in at the end of this. So some really good racing. Quattro makes a bit of a hash of it, and so does Devise. Bit of contact. Can he get the undercut? Doesn't look like it. So let's just skip ahead a little bit. So I think we're on lap 9 now. So going down to the first corner, it's still the same, but a bit of contact. He gets a really good run out the first corner. Malish does. He's almost free abreast going into the hairpin. Tries for the undercut. Bit of contact between Quattro and Devise. Free abreast down. Oh, and it ends in tears for Devise. That was never going to happen. Someone had to give. Unfortunately, it was Devise who loses out. That's the end of his race. But a top 4 anyway. So here's Moshi's bringing it home on lap 12. He had a very untroubled race. Nice and easy. So here we are in the Power Max vinyl. God knows who painted that. It must have taken an absolute age. So he brings it home in first, about 5 seconds on me, GTI Yoda. I bring it home in second. I had a nice race, not too much action for myself. Third, got Evo Gamers coming home in third. But here we are in the last lap. Malish tries to push on Quattro. There's like less than a second between these two. A couple of tenths splits them over the entirety of a 12-lap heat. Amazing racing. So there we have it. That's it. That was such a good race. It was amazing to be a part of as well. So 20 on the grid, loads of action. So, I mean, we were just covering the middle of the grid there, and but there was races, little mini races all the way through the grid. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Let's take a look at the results so we can bring them up on the screen. So there we have it. GTR Moshi's takes first and the best lap as well. So he gets free bonus points for the best lap of the heat. And then myself, and then Evo Gamer, he's under the username Davin Mate. And then we've got Super GT takes a good 4th, so he climbs 5 places. And then Yats, he stayed out and got a good run. And then Quattro, and then the rest of the field behind him. So if we take a look at the points there, GTR Moshi, so he gets 4 bonus points for qualifying in first. He gets 3 bonus points for getting the best lap. And then he also gets 25 points. So there he is, 10 points ahead of the rest of the field. So really good heat from him. Amazing racing. So a bit of a difference from the GT cars. A lot more fun, a lot more accessible. They're a lot more forgiving, so the mistakes don't count as much. So we're hoping to get lots of interest for this series. If you want to join, head over to Online Racing League's website. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. So that's heat 1, that's all done and dusted. We've got 2 more heats to cover, so if you did like what you saw there, drop a like and hit the subscribe button. Let's go for 15 likes. If we can hit that, I'll get the heat 2 video up. We actually have a reverse grid in the second heat, so it's absolute carnage. Really good racing. So yeah, if you do want to see that, make sure you hit that like button. For now, that's me. I'll sign out. This has been GTI Yoda. It's been an absolute privilege doing my first YouTube video with you, and hopefully we can do a lot more from this point onwards, okay? Cheerio, bye!